Hey everyone, it's BDevine. As promised, here I am on video and just wanting to catch up with a few different things and look at a few different things uh, right now that is occurring. So, as a spiritual guide for you, you know, this is my job to figure things out and to help you to understand the positions that you are in your life right now. And I can tell you that from personal experience, what I've experienced through my life and how I've dealt with these things, and also mystical energy that I channel constantly. So what we're going to do here is we're going to be looking at the crystal mandala cards. We'll get a card from that, but we're going to be learning about an angel called Aziel. This is one of the angels of faith and understanding, and also for our ascension pathway. Because what we need to do right now is pull ourselves into alignment very, very quickly. On Thursday, the 26th of May at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, and check out timeanddate.com if you want to find out what time that is for you. That's the best way to figure things out. I will be here giving humanity what's called the destiny code. This is something that is completely channeled. I've been delivered. Well, this message has been delivered to me from the divine. Okay, you can believe in that or not. It's totally up to you. If this resonates with you, I will be taking you through a process of activating this destiny code. And this is something that you activate yourself, but I will teach you how to do this. And we'll be working with our light team. We'll be doing a deeper meditation declaration and also some learning about different things, okay? So I really highly recommend that you be there live. This is where all the vibration starts to happen. When we're live doing things, each one of us are holding an intention, and this helps the next person and the next and the next. This energy is also going to help raise the vibration of the earth and also clearing the earth's auric field, etc. as well. So the destiny code is, again, it's a channeled webinar. I don't have all of the details, and I won't have all of the details until that day. But if you want to propel forward, if you're sick of all the karma, if you're sick of all the drama, if you're sick of struggling, if you're sick of always wondering whether this is coming in or that's coming in, or you're trying to open your abilities and this and that and the other, or you want to move on the pathway you're too afraid to, or you don't really need to be learning anything, you just want to heal yourself, and all of these things, this webinar on Thursday, the 26th of May, should be quite an expensive experience. If anybody else was doing it, they would just, through the roof. I'm not going to do that because I want as many people to see it as possible. And I'm going to share it on as many platforms as I can. And also I encourage you to do the same. So very, very powerful. And you know what? We need this energy change now because, as I said, everything is chaotic on the mundane level. The spiritual level, although people are trying to make you believe that we are under some kind of warfare, I'm sorry, that is not the case. What the entanglement energy is people on earth trying to figure out what's going on, trying to channel into the aliens or different planetary energies, or going over and over and over and over contact and med beds, and this is going to happen and that, or it's going to be the end of the world. And then I just saw recently that there was a young child, who said that they have prophetic dreams, and in the prophetic dreams, everybody starts to turn into cannibals because of everything going to basically to shit here on the earth, on the planet, right? So people are just eating each other. I'm sorry to tell you, but that actually already happens. And all this tunnels underground, children that are being taken, children that are being, experimented on, kidnapped, raped incessantly, moved from country to country, everybody covering their tracks. You know, it's already happening. People are mass killing people as we speak. Okay. And there are people also that are exterminating that energy and trying to bring it to the surface. And everything's too slow, if you ask me. And the reason why everything is so slow, in other words, we're not seeing progress with arrests or people being held accountable or people staying in leadership or people destroying this and destroying that and nobody seems to do anything and people's rights are taken away, all that sort of stuff. Why are we not seeing anything happen? I can tell you exactly why. You are not seeing a result. That is because the consciousness of the earth, apart from a few people, is very low. And that is for a reason. That reason of distraction, and this is happening, and this price is going up, and you can't get any of this on the shelves. You can't do this, and you can't do that, and you're restricted over here, but all that is to keep you from focusing on what the hell you're supposed to be doing here on the planet. Okay? So the more you just keep looking everywhere else for answers, the more you keep on getting pissed off that nothing's happening, the more that you see trouble brewing, the more that you see the same people in leadership just stuffing everything up and giving away billions to other countries besides their own. Nothing for their own people. The more that you see this, the more you start to lose hope because you're not focused on an end game. You're not focused on your spiritual journey. You're focused on everybody else's journey and what appears to be a reality. And we have to change this in order to change this planet. If we keep on regurgitating all of the things that we see on the news and then you're telling this one and then we're telling that one and then we're bringing this up and that and then we're complaining about this and that and we all do it, okay? Believe me, once a week I will just have a tantrum about what's going on. Then once I've let it out, I'm like, but I already know. This is all an illusion and all a distraction. And we have to get back to basics, get back to the truth of our mystical selves, okay? And start to focus on our creation of a new life. Yes, the destiny code is something that's going to be so, oh my God, it's just going to kickstart a wave of light energy across this planet, underneath it and above it. Okay. Some people are not going to get it. They want to argue. They want to make videos of themselves having a debate with you. You know, I've seen all these debate things on TikTok and I'm just like, why would somebody do that? So sure of themselves, you know, and really trying their best to, again, keep you engaged in the so-called issues of the planet. I say so-called because we've already surpassed this in a dimensional capacity, okay? So what the, I guess, the people of the earth that are not in their awakened mindset are trying to do is to stop the faith that you have in the light already winning. It's already won. They want to stop you from expressing yourself. They want to stop you from being exactly who you are, your unique energy. And it's not just because you're a person that might have a message. It's got nothing to do with it. It's if you figure out something that we're going to do next Thursday, if you start to figure it out, you are going to be unstoppable. And when we do this activation next Thursday, you're going to change because who you are right now listening to me, That's not going to exist. Now, this is very positive. This is very beautiful. And this is what you're looking for. And I can tell you that they don't want you to experience this or even know this about yourself. They don't. Because if you do, everybody just switches this activation on and away we go. Everything's different. No dark agendas can continue to play out. So seeing all of these horror stories, even people who believe in the Bible and all the revelation stuff are going on and going crazy as well. And, you know, you've got other spiritual people who are leading you down the garden path. Okay. I can't morally do any of that BS. I can see why they do it to you all. Why? Because you make a lot of money. You don't have to stress out. And, you know, people just keep coming back for more. It's like the crazier a person is in their readings, the more that people are interested in it. It just doesn't get me. I cannot do that to you. I don't know how to do that. Okay, this is how I do things the correct way. And I just try to share that with you all, you know? And it means that they've squeezed me out and tried to suffocate me and tried to switch me off and tried to make it so that, you know, nobody comes to anything. You know, you can't even see my videos. Why? Because, I don't get notifications. I haven't had notifications from you in months. Like it's my fault, you know, somehow. No, this is not anyone's fault. This is what the YT tube does to people who are actually going to help you. And you're going to have to get that through your mind, okay? Because I had a couple of people, I don't know, a year and a half ago, and they kept on saying to me, have you blocked me from the channel? I can't see your videos. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know why you can't see it. And I was trying to figure it out. And no, they were still there. Everything was still fine on my end. And they started to blame me and my husband, and we didn't know what they were talking about. And all of a sudden they were gone. Then more than one person started saying, I haven't seen your videos either. And we started putting things together. And this was like a stranglehold on BDevine. You know, why? Because I'm going to actually tell you the truth and help you, you know, to get away from pharmaceuticals, to get away from needing hospitals and doctors and opening up your own divinity code inside of yourself, right? It's just how it is. It's what I've been issued in my life to do through all of the BS is to still come out and say, I want to still help people. I should not want to help anybody, okay? But of course, that's what I want to do because no one was there for me. And I guess that's the thing that always pushes me forward. So no, it's not anything to do with me. If you can't see my videos, unsubscribe, subscribe again and hit the notification bell. Comment on videos, keep the algorithm going, keep sharing them. I've got 1,700 videos, okay? So help me to push past all of this squashing that's going on. You don't have to if you don't want to, because I know that I'm going to continually be there in one capacity or another. But just to give you an example, that everybody is affected by the negative people that are in power or seemingly in power. And taking away your personal rights of freedom because, I hate to say it, but they don't want us around, okay? And when you get this in your mind, that cannot happen to a sovereign being, right? You're a sovereign being of light and you need to own it, which means that no demon, no spirit energy that is false, no dark angels, no dark masters, no negative coding or anything like that can rule your life because they know that you're sovereign. So without permission for that to take place, it cannot. So the squashing of people that are like me, that are trying to actually help humanity, is actually a break in the cosmic laws, okay? Because they don't have my permission to do that, right? And yet they're doing it anyway. They're pushing past that barrier. So what I've been doing is continually just going on and just continually pushing on, okay? Someone said to me, just make 1 minute little videos. Well, I do that all the time on TikTok. I am not going through 1700 videos and making little clips out of them like Abraham Hicks does. I just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not worth it to me. You know, I don't want to shorten my messages. There will be some times where I will do shorter little, hey, this is a little quick tip or something like that. Okay. But over the years, as I have developed and changed, as things have occurred in my own life, as situations have happened, as, you know, changes have occurred worldwide, as children and things have happened with their children and just my own children and just everything all at once, that there has been some changes in the way that I feel about myself, and some changes in the way of how I address things as well. Because the biggest message that I got for 2022 was to continually try my best to help you awaken into your true self. The Light Leaders Academy will help you to do just that. Like nothing, there's nothing else like it. I can't explain it to you because the whole thing was so beautifully just brought to me in a way. So in other words, I already know what I was doing. I mean, these are all my practices, but to be able to teach it and deliver it to you and support you in that process was completely channeled. And you're healing yourself. That is the biggest thing with semester 1, is you heal yourself. You start to click up here of what needs to be happening, of the words that you use. What words do you use every single day to describe yourself and your life, your focus, your direction? What words do you use? Because they have to change in order to get what it is that you're actually really looking for, right? So I created this as a teaching platform. I have semester 2 coming up in June. In other words, that's when you can enroll. That's when we can enroll now, but we start June 1st. That means I will be with you for 8 to 10 weeks if you start with me at that time. Otherwise, I'll already have lessons there and away you go. And this is on channeling properly. None of this hocus pocus stuff where people are in your face and in your head. Channeling properly and past life regression therapies, plus a ton more of things. And I'll be doing a video explaining semester 2 coming up. So I've done this to give people who are sick of all this hard work, okay? Sick of never seeing a result, or sick of, you know, trying to just help people and you don't know where to start, or, you know, just sick of it, really. Sick of the whole spiritual community craziness that goes on. Okay, I'm out of it. I don't look at anybody else's work, just so you know. Some things will come up in my face, like on TikTok or whatever, but I don't sit there, you know, saying, oh, they're saying that. Okay, I'm going to listen to that now. This is all my own work. You've all got to do the same thing. As we move forward in 2022 and beyond, because into 2023, we have this energy of Pluto. We're in the eclipse season right now. There's a lot of things that are taking place planetary wise, and a lot of energy around us in projection. People are losing people. My husband's mother is in the hospital right now. She's on a ventilator. They found a mass in her lung. On top of that, she already had 10, 15 years of really bad liver problems, hepatitis, and all this sort of stuff. So she's been an unwell lady for a long time. And then this came up. And not only that this comes up, but then there's family drama around it where, you know, the person that's supposed to be caring for Bobby's mum is purposely keeping that information from him and instead just gossiping to ex-wives and anybody but us. Well, it turns out that we actually found out the information anyway. And it's just, we're talking about someone's life, and people are just going to play their narcissistic, nasty games and think that they're clever, that they're an insider now. Oh, the ex-wife has got the information. Oh, I know this before Bobby does. You know, just playing games. And we are not doing that crap. So we have this going on right now. You know, it's coming up a year on my dad. It's loss and loss and loss. We're all experiencing it. I have people that write to me about their animals. This is ramping up. You know, a lot of animals are choosing to exit because there's so much change going on. People are just going to exit out because there's so much crap put in people's bodies. If you have a lifetime of medication, or at least 10, 15 years of medication, what do you think is happening to you? Do you know? And they know that. Doctors, pharmaceuticals, they know this. Pharmacists, they know what the damage is on any kind of tablet that you put into your body. And I'm so surprised, and so is my son Corey, that in the United States, when you do an ad for your medicines, you also include all the possible side effects. And this isn't all of the side effects, you say, and the side effects are far worse than the problem itself. Like, this has to change, you know? We can't do it by looking to someone else to save us. That is not going to happen. When we do the Destiny Code next Thursday, you're activating your own code. I'll show you how to do it. You will be supported along the way, but you're activating your own code. You do it yourself. You're the only one that can unlock those doors, okay? So looking to someone whose only agenda is to harm you to make money, okay? That is, if you're looking at that and living your life that way, I'm sorry, but it's never going to end happily, okay? I'm not telling everybody to go off of your medication. It's not that, but be aware. Be aware of the bigger agenda of petroleum-based, chemical-based things that they give you that mess with all of the levels in your brain, all of the bodily functions, okay? And you can live a life of freedom, you know? You don't have to get older because your cells don't have to be so damaged and your brain is so zapped and zombied out, you know? It doesn't have to be that way. And that's what I'm trying to give, is a reminder to all of you of your own sovereign energy, who you actually really are, how powerful you actually really are to be able to control every aspect of your life, and you can. You think some things are out of your control? No. You've created the situation that you're in through your thoughts. This doesn't mean that you are to blame for being abused. That's not what I'm talking about. So a lot of people say, well, you've attracted, you know, this abusive partner into your life, so you must have done something. No, it's not about that. It's about your reactions to things when they happen to you. Because if you keep on doing the same reaction, you keep on having the same experiences. It's just that they're in different people's bodies. And they keep on treating you the same way. And I don't know how many people have said to me, why do I keep attracting such jerks in my life? Why can't I find the right man? Well, it's because you don't believe that you can. It's you feel like there's something lacking about you, and that's why they've done it. No. So change that thought, right? Embrace who you are. Protect yourself daily. Put yourself in a place of receiving. Do my declaration for protection. Do the Archangel Michael shield of light protection. You know, the ultimate protection. These are the things that work. Change who you're hanging around with. Or don't hang around anyone at all and start to know yourself differently. Live for your happiness. You know, do what makes you happy. Understand that you have the ability inside of you to completely erase the old you. Right? If you can think it, you can do it. Just what do you want to have for yourself? Oh, it's like, I feel like sometimes that I know that I did this. This is why I'm going to mention it. It's like you're making it so much harder than it needs to be. You know, and everybody does this. You know, those who have had some kind of evasive, you know, surgery or medication or thing, understand that it alters your personality. It alters who you are. It changes your chemistry, like in every way. Okay. There is no way right now that I could totally go back to the way that I used to do things as well. That could not happen. Sorry. So, you know, going back in my life at times where I was on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications that just you know, when I remember taking them and I'd be like my jaws and things, you know, jaw would tighten. I could feel like when you yawned, your jaw would tighten, and like it felt this spacey like energy across my eyes all the time, and I'm like, oh my god. So you know, talking to the doctor about it, they're like, oh, that's okay. It's 6 weeks before it's going to start to kick in. And in that 6 weeks, you are totally just dizzy, you're nauseous, you're even more anxious, you don't feel well at all, you can't sleep properly. As I said, your jaw tightens when you yawn and things like that. And you just feel shuddery, you know, it's not normal. And usually what I would do is be like, nah, this is making me worse. I just get off it. I went on to like St. John's wort, you know, natural things like that. And then I just thought, well, you know what? If I've talked myself into having anxiety, I could talk myself out of it. And that's exactly what I did. You know, with depression, things with depression is that you're suppressing your feelings and emotions. And mostly when people have depression, they tell everybody they have it as well. There are other people that are the opposite and they just smile and laugh. You wouldn't know that there's a problem either, right? Again, everything is built up in our brain. Everything is made worse in our brain. Everything is, you know, highlighted in this area. Like, you know, we're overthinking or we're over worrying or we're stressing about a situation that we expect to have. And you've got to stop it. Instead, you've got to expect things to be easy, people to come forward, the right person to come, the awakening of humanity, the changes in your body are happening in the now, that you don't have to keep on going, but when I'm not seeing anything, stop doing that to yourself. Because the idea here is that we awaken very quickly and we need to do it. Because we need to step into that energy of things being much easier, things being more harmonic, things being very healing, that we're very intuitive, that we can understand someone's energy straight away. You can already do it, you just don't believe you can. We need to activate this safeguard inside of ourselves that we set up just for this stupid agenda, you know, so it doesn't affect us. We've got like a safety switch that we can revert to, okay? You've got to come on Thursday the 26th. There are so many things that are just, you could talk about. I kind of don't want to, because I want to keep in this higher vibration. So I'm going to give some examples. We're going to get a message from Aziel. I'm going to read to you about Aziel. And this is from Kay Maroney. All right. Aziel means the strength of God that manifests the gifts of God's essence and the power of faith in your life. When you invite Aziel to touch you with faith, your spiritual growth is accelerated and peace fills your heart. Let's listen to that again. When you invite Aziel to touch you with faith, your spiritual growth is accelerated and peace fills your heart. Faith works in a realm beyond human understanding and reason. It takes a tremendous faith to enable you to transcend your mind and connect with eternal knowing. Transcend your mind and connect with eternal knowing. Ask Aziel to teach you to ignite the ascension attitudes of love, surrender, and gratitude, becoming the dynamic vibration which magnetically attracts spirit, making possible a union between you and God, or you and Source. So, igniting the ascension attributes: love, surrender, gratitude, becoming the dynamic vibration. So this changes your vibration and it attracts spirit, making possible a union between you and Source. So it attracts spirit, or your higher self, by being in this transit, beautiful high vibration, and then you're connected with Source. Faith is an inner knowing that inspires you to be conscientious, accurate, and true. Its powerful energy decreases with inertia and increases through right action. Rather than an external thought, true faith is found deep within your being, guiding your actions and feelings toward the desired outcome. The angels protect us through our faith by distracting or changing the perception of others who would harm us, creating an atmosphere free of worry, anxiety, doubt, and fear. You see? The angels protect us. I'm going to say it again. The angels protect us through our faith. Okay, so we have faith in the angels. We trust in their energy. And they distract or change the perception of others. So instead of seeing someone as a negative, jerk or whatever, we see the light of the divine in them. Now, that doesn't mean we go off and help them and, we just see that light, okay? Even in the darkest of the dark, we see that light. That's enough. And it creates this atmosphere free of worry, anxiety, doubt, and fear, because our perception of that person, that situation, that leader, whatever, is different. Okay? Perception is different. That's what I want you to get into, to understand about yourself. I have this passion for humanity of, come on, everyone, let's do this, and it's, I don't mean it to come across as difficult or I'm in some kind of mood or whatever. This is just passion for us, because I know we can do this and we're sick of it. It's time for an evolution. It's time for a revolution. It's time for us to change and expand and accept our abilities and magnify them. Okay? The acceptance or conviction of a teaching as true is a belief. Before the heart is open, beliefs are likely to be limiting and binding, right? So before you expand this soul center, your system may be like, oh no, that can't happen. Oh, that only happens to others. Oh no, 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 I don't have any abilities. Oh no, 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 it wasn't easy for me. Oh no, 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 this person is still going to be this way to me. Doesn't matter what I do, it doesn't work. So before you expand your heart, you limit your experiences. And I want to tell you one other thing. If you are listening to, I don't know, Facebook or readers or something somewhere, and they're all of a sudden saying, oh, you know, Spirit gave me a message for you, just get rid of them, please. Okay? You can get your own messages, and I won't ever message you, ever, and tell you that I have a message for you or ask you for readings. You get my newsletter if you're subscribed. That's still not going to, you know, I'm not going to do that. So obviously by now, I'm hoping that you know the difference. Okay. So the acceptance or conviction of a teaching as true is a belief. Okay. Before the heart is opened, as we said, beliefs are likely to be limiting and binding. Beliefs can hold you captive, create a separation between people. Have we seen this happen or what? When cherished and nurtured, belief expands into faith, opening the heart to be filled with light. When you are truly one with your faith, nothing in the outer world can disturb you. I don't mean faith in religion, okay? Or any one belief system. You should have an open mind to listen to all points of view and make your own decision, okay? The other side of faith is its destructive power. Faith in poverty keeps you struggling to survive. And faith in limitation prevents you from discovering and using your talents, because you always tell yourself, oh, I can't do that until I've done this, 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 and this, and this. Oh, I can't move because we haven't got the money. Faith in drama attracts the unwanted situations that you fear, right? Reversing the direction of your attitude and turn the power of your faith inward toward your higher self and God union. Again, get rid of the distraction and focus on yourself. Stop catering to all these people that are needy and desperate and drama filled and always got an issue no matter what you do. Okay? I don't have any time for it anymore. If someone is constantly complaining at me about stuff that is their stuff to deal with, I just shut it off. I'm not interested. You know, before I'd be like, how can I help you? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, no. So, and nobody should be doing that either. You don't learn anything from everybody doing it for you, you know? When the brutality of our world overwhelms you with despair, okay, it's happening to a lot of people right now, and you cry out for justice that doesn't seem to come, you question the existence of the divine and you feel enraged. You're angry. You're angry that you weren't heard. You're angry that crap is still happening, right? When we incarnated on earth, the illusion of the separation from our Creator ripped our hearts open. We hide this pain so deeply that few are even aware of its existence. How could God leave me here? Doesn't God hear my voice or feel my pain? And people, when they lose people, they're like, how can God take my child? You know, it really doesn't have anything to do with God. Every individual soul has a choice. We just don't understand people's choices sometimes. The dark night of the soul is the essence of our dangerous yet necessary struggle to reconnect with the Great Spirit. If you don't have the courage to face the pain of separation, that is at the root of all other pain, you will never truly know Source. But there is a risk of getting lost in despair. When you willingly dive deeply enough into the rage and horror and call to God with all the passion of your heart, you will receive an answer to your call. Suddenly your awareness is expanded and you are filled with the inconceivably powerful presence of love. You can still see the problems, but with a new perspective of compassion, you see? You're not frustrated with God or the light or Source or the angels anymore. You just have an understanding of why things need to be exactly how they are right now, and the light that's in every situation, and expanding that light, and having compassion for humanity and what they're going through, and yourself, most importantly. People leave themselves out of the equation all of the time. There is a story about Jacob wrestling with the angel Aziel. Jacob was afraid for his life because Esau, a brutal man, was on the way to kill him. Jacob had two choices. He could find a clever solution, as he had done many times before, or he could give up the struggle and surrender to God. All night, Jacob fought with the angel, symbolizing his spiritual battle, and came out of the struggle with a new name, claiming the power of his faith. Is this not our dilemma? Should I do it myself and suffer, or should I surrender? My call hasn't always been answered before. What if God fails me? Then you need to ask yourself, who else has failed you in your life? Who else? Doubt is an insidious force that creeps into your consciousness to drive a wedge between you and faith. Doubt drives a wedge. Listen to those words, because if you start doubting your freedom and you start doubting your path of light, okay, it will create this wedge for you. It will be like a shut door is right in front of your awareness, and you'll be looking everywhere trying to reconnect, but you've already shut the door. And doubt can turn you against people that are very good people, because your mind is playing tricks on you, because you feel like something has changed and then you become frightened of it. The only way to know the difference, so some doubts are good if they are the voice of your inner knowing telling you what's wrong for you, or is it a habit that you're expecting something to be wrong, and then you see a little thing and you're like, there it is, I knew it, right? Or the only way to know the difference is when you can trust your feelings and inner wisdom and have cleared out the voices of doom that speak from your illusions, you see? Clear out the voices of doom. The voices that always tell you everything sucks. Everyone sucks. No one's trustworthy. Okay? Oh, I've had a healing. What did that really mean? I remember my dad saying that to me. He had a healing on his stomach from me. And he was like, I can't believe it's gone. Like, what did you do? I'm like, what do you mean? You're not grateful now? Like, you asked for help, the angels help you, and you're going to question it? It's unbelievable. You block, if this is you block yourself from having any freedom in your life. And some people are just going to be that way. Like, it's their journey to have all of these issues, and maybe they won't surpass those issues. Again, it's not my job to force you to see, to make you see, or whatever, but just to lead you. Here, this is how we do it, okay? It's so simple. Don't make it hard on yourself. You want to make it hard on yourself? Okay. Well, I'm not going to wait, so you'll just have to catch up when you're ready, right? So once you've cleared out the voices of doom, so what that means is the habits, okay? The voices that always tell you that it's just not going to work. You need to stop doing that to yourself, okay? Because that's all you ever see. So if you want a result, you have to believe in it. So how many people who do, I don't know, weight training or physical training of some kinds, you know, they tell you to focus on the muscle that you're working. So you don't even have to, like if you're doing a bicep curl, you don't really have to lift a heavy weight. You could actually just do it with your hand, with your fist, and really squeeze and focus on that muscle, and it will be like you've been lifting bigger weights. Why? Because it's a focus, it's an intention, it's also a belief. So, if you don't believe you're ever going to, oh, well, I can do all the weights in the world and I'm never going to get on any muscle, therein lies your problem. You're a doubter, and you doubt everything, and it becomes a negative habit. And then it spills into other areas of your life, Until then, be wary of doubt, as it can grow into poisonous, self-destructive suspicion, leading you away from truth. Be wary of doubt, as it can grow into poisonous, self-destructive suspicion, leading you away from your truth. Now, don't you think the darker energy wants to make you believe that you can't do anything? How do they make you believe that? They keep showing you examples of failure. They keep showing you bringing people into your life that are negative and nasty, or leading you down the garden path. So what they're trying to do then is to convince you that no matter what you do, there's no hope for you. You might as well just give up. Don't you think a negative energy would try to make you feel that way? Okay? Are you going to play that game? Or are you going to play a new game where, sure, you have life experiences, shit happens, crap comes about in our life, we lose people, we grieve, we have sadness, we're going to have those experiences. We can't avoid it in our lifetime. It's going to affect us. However, if we react negatively to a negative situation, we make it bigger. If we act positively, even in a negative situation, we diminish the effects of the negativity upon us and the duration of that negativity. Just by being positive about some crappy experience you're going through. Oh, well, like we get stuck in traffic and we have to go around a different way. I used to get really annoyed about that. And now I'm like, I've just avoided something. There must have been some kind of accident that I've avoided by doing this little turnaround. I have someone who's negative. Okay, great. They saw something in me that they felt comfortable enough to be negative towards. Once I taught them how to turn that all around, it turned a negative into a very positive situation. People don't realize how negative they come across. They're so used to living their life in stress that they don't realize that the moment they speak, everything that they say is negative. Well, I can't do that because of that. And I can't do this because of this. You've got excuses ready to go. And the angels are saying, look, just have faith in a positive outcome if you want to see a positive outcome. Otherwise, if you want to see a negative outcome, focus on it being a negative experience for you. That is actually the key, okay? So that is awesome. The faith that you can be one with Source is the magnetic power that will draw you into union with your higher self. So you're like, okay, I know I'm one with Source. Now I'm connected in with my higher self all the time, channeling information all the time. The power of faith is available to everyone, but few are willing to use it consciously. Call Aziel, the angel Azil, to fill you, arousing the hunger which refuses to be satisfied by anything less than the personal realization of the living Source. Wow. So have a leap of faith here. The angel Aziel. Oops. All right. So from this, having faith is the inner knowing that inspires you to be conscientious, accurate, and true. Its powerful energy decreases the inertia and increases through right action. Rather than an external thought, true faith is found deep within your being, guiding your actions and feelings toward the desired outcome. The angels protect us through our faith by distracting or changing the perception of others. We no longer see people in the same way when we have faith that we are connected. When we have faith that we are protected. When we have faith, we're supported. When we have faith that we are creative beings. When we believe in ourselves and our own mission, and we don't need anyone's permission to do so. We don't need anyone's okay. We don't need anyone to like it. We don't need anyone to compliment us. Okay? We're just living and doing, and we are a prime example of faith in ourselves through everybody else's, everybody else sees it, but that doesn't matter to you. The opinions of other people do not matter to me one bit, or I would not be doing what I am doing. Sure, I love the positive vibrations that come through from doing these videos and being with you. And actually, May is 13 years online, like to the date kind of thing. I started in May 2009. And here I am, right? And that's not to mention, this is my 31st year of working on spiritual things, doing readings, doing psychic stuff, doing mediumship. And I'm so tired of those words being used negatively. I refuse to play the game either. That's why you'll see me as a mystical guide or a spiritual guide anywhere, and it's just, I've created my own titles, right? We create an atmosphere around us that is free from worry, anxiety, doubt, and fear. And if you still have it in there, then there's some kind of self-hate that you have, something that you're angry with yourself about, something that you are guilty about, something that you wish you could have changed. You have to stop all of that crap. And you don't if you don't want to. But what it means is if you do just stop all that game that you play with yourself and instead focus on a positive direction that is, as I said, supported and protected and vibrant and true, and that you're channeling information, not egotistically, because that's never coming from the light, okay? But, you're just in this vibration of moving forward, and you don't need your family to be on your side. I wished that was the case for me, where I could say, Mum, I'm doing this. Wow, can we talk about it? Kind of thing, like, let's do something. Let's do some readings, or let's do our palms, or, I'll do some kinesiology, or let me do a Reiki session, but it just wasn't going to happen. And I tried, for a number of years. And there was a point in my mother's life where the spirituality came back. And it was really amazing what started to happen. And this came back probably for about 6 months. And I thought I had a breakthrough with my mother. I mean, this was before I started my website. So this was about, I don't know, 2004 or 2005. She started to break through with doing little readings, and she was talking to me about the gypsy heritage in my family, and how my grandfather used to work with dowsing rods and talk to animals wordlessly, and I was just like, this is awesome. We're finally doing this. But the negative started up again. I was willing to forgive my mother for all the heinous things that she'd ever done to me. And in a sense, that's already happened, right? But you can't make someone believe in themselves for the rest of their lives. That's something that they have to learn to do. So my mum could believe in herself for a while until she started to feel guilty, or old thoughts came back, or someone hurt her, or a situation changed or something. So through all the rubble of life, when crap's happening, that's when you've got to be the strongest that you've ever been. And sadly, a lot of people will fall and never come back up because it was too hard. Something still happened. I don't understand. There are some people who believe that once you're enlightened, or accept your own enlightenment, should I say, that nothing ever happens to you, negatively. Until we lift ourselves over this threshold, okay, with the destiny code, we lift ourselves over this threshold and move into a new existence. Until we do that, we're going to constantly see some craziness. It's just whether you're going to react to it or not. Going to give into it? Switch off all of the stuff that's just constantly trying to distract you. Instead of watching everything on social media, make something for social media. Become a creator. I have people on here that don't have any videos and will, bitch to me about something or other that I should be doing. It's like, well, let me just check oh, that's right, you don't have any videos. Okay, start making your own. If you want to do something differently, or you don't like a topic, or I should be doing it the way that you feel that it should be done, whatever, do it your way and put it on social media. I don't care. Because if anyone is derogatory towards me on this channel in a comment or otherwise, nothing is going to be said. You're just going to be gone. So if you're still listening, you're still here. Okay? So that's just it. I don't put up with it. Because if I do, then I'm lowering myself to cater to someone else who's just a troll anyway and is angry with everybody, So this is what happens on social media. I've been doing it for long enough now to know exactly what I'm doing in this field. And with my readings, and I do it my own way, I'm encouraging you all to really grasp your own way of doing things with strength and confidence and love and gratitude at the core. But having a big head and telling everybody that you know everything and that this is the way and only you can get the information, and some people say this, okay, run away from it. Remember that there is darkness that's been infiltrated into the light-filled sections of spirituality. People with big, suddenly hay houses picked them up or something, or, they're on some kind of show or something and nobody ever knew who they were before. They have signed some kind of deal, okay? And the deal is to trick people into believing that what they're doing is correct and accurate, when really it's just leading you away from your truth. You have to start to recognize these things, or ask for them to be shown to you. I always ask the angels, to guide me to the right things. And also if people are guided towards angelic work, or, working with spirit or working with, their own light team and all that, that they would see the messages and be guided that way, but I don't force this on anybody. This is my channel, so I'm able to say what I want. I encourage all of you to start making your own videos, content, and expressing yourself in this way, because it will really, really, in one way, challenge you, but in another way, really strengthen you as well. Because you won't take anybody's crap. You're too focused on what you're doing. You don't have time to sit around and thinking about people all day. You just don't. You're thinking about where you're going. And also you're trying to understand where other people, may be becoming let down, confused and anxious, because you understood all those things because you've healed them within yourself. What we have right now is an opportunity to face darkness and laugh, okay? Because we're sovereign. They have no permission to take over any aspect of your life, to come anywhere near you. They don't have any permission to be anywhere near your energy field at all. And as a sovereign being of light, you need to rebuke and revoke any negative energy in any direction of time and space immediately now. Take your power back. Ask for all the parts and pieces of yourself to be brought back to you. And make sure that you're protecting all of the other interdimensional aspects of who you are as well. So if you protect yourself with a triple shield of protection, ask for this to extend to all parts and pieces of who you are as a soul. Wow. These people that go on these astral journeys and they get attacked and they're this and they're that and the other, they are choosing this on some level. They have to understand their sovereignty, and it can't happen. It cannot. So what we're going to do now is take a look at this crystal Mandala Oracle. See where we are at. So one moment, everyone. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm asking for a message for us all. This one just fell right out. So this is Archangel Gabriel and Turquoise, and it's number 11, and it says safe to be seen. Okay, safe to be seen. So we're going to see what the message is here. I've actually got some turquoise. Where did I put it? Oh, I've put it in the crystal room. I actually got myself some pieces of stabilized turquoise to make into pendants for us. So that's interesting. Okay, safe to be seen. Let's take a look. Okay, so we bring you the gift of safety in being seen. Over lifetimes, you have loved the earth, returning again and again to serve humanity. Liberate the human soul from fear and spread a message of love. You've spoken truths. You've shared messages. You've inspired many people. Yet in your visibility, sometimes you have felt misunderstood and vulnerable. You have been admired and loved, but at times also feared and attacked for empowering messages that you brought to the world. In you, there is a memory of this, and although you wish to share your light with the world again, there are times when the thought of being seen doesn't feel safe. We're here to let you know that you are protected in divine grace. It is safe to open up to your inner knowledge and to share your message with the world. The light in you is stronger than fear. It is time to shine, fearless and bright. Old souls know only too well that fear will not hesitate to destroy love if given the chance. You must not let fear do this to you. You have a choice. Through the loving power of your forgiveness, you give yourself freedom from past pain, even pain from other lifetimes that isn't entirely clear to you, and the opportunity to begin afresh with fearless, vibrant, loving truth. You've got many loving words to share and a higher consciousness to be. In your own way, in your own world, in your own relationships, you are a light bearer and a bringer of truth. Although you've had past experiences where this was not always well received, and sometimes resulted in abusive behavior towards you from those who were afraid of love, you've never closed off from your truth. You still know what you know. You may have become reluctant to share it so freely, but you cannot forget your inner wisdom. This message comes to you now that it is safe for you to be seen. Okay? This lifetime, you are meant to be a spiritual leader of sorts, to bring through the light, the peace, the love, and guidance that others around you need. You need to be a light leader, and you are afraid, perhaps, because of past lives where you've been killed for spreading truth and helping people. I get it. I was one of them. We got to do it anyway. Don't be afraid of people's reactions. Some will love you for what you do. Others might not understand or may resist or attack in fear. But in truth, you cannot be harmed. You shall always be what you are, and no one can ever take that away from you. It's just not possible. No matter how many times you've been blocked, denied, dismissed, or abused, you find your way back to the truth of your heart again and again. So your soul has learned over time that your spirit is indestructible. It has learned that the truth of love is always there for you. Love will always welcome you into its arms, and you can feel at home within your heart. Even if you don't always feel at home in the fear-based belief systems that so many still consider to be a reality. This brings you guidance. You've already had these experiences in the past. You do not need to continue having them. Okay? You have decided that no matter what, you shall be the truth of your inner light. You've decided that you shall continue to serve love by helping humanity as much as you can, because you know the divine loves the human race and has a plan for human evolution from fear into love. You know that love serves its own. As you serve love, love serves you. You have developed the strength of knowing your own truths. You have survived and healed yourself through situations that threatened this truth, and still you are here. You have heard lies, and you've chosen to release them and to trust in your truth. With your loving heart on your spiritual journey, you've learned how to shine true. So, you are ready to be seen, okay? Because you can protect yourself completely. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. Do it anyway. You shall not be cast down. The love in you is stronger than the fear, rejection, doubt, or resistance in any other. Who cares? Because the more that you speak your truth and be yourself, the more confident you get, and nothing will get you then. But it's taking that first step, right? You have no need to convince anyone of anything. You just have words to speak and a truth to be. It is safe to be seen for who and what you are. Let go of fear and take the next step on your life journey now. Okay? It's what it's telling you. It's safe for you to do this. You've got to do this because this is what's missing in your life if you're not doing it. And if you are doing it, maybe you just need to tweak some things and stop giving into whatever negative stuff people have to say, because they're going to say whatever, whatever. It's trying to stop you. See it as something that's not really the person's fault, but it's something that's trying to block you, and it's based on your past emotions that you've had, past fears that are inside your body on a cellular level, and it's activating those fears within you. No more, okay? So this is what we do. We put our hand over our heart. We say, I call upon the crystal angel of turquoise and Archangel Gabriel, who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing gift of safety in being seen. I now choose of my own free will to shine bright and true, sharing myself with the world. May the world see me as the universe knows me to be, a true and free spirit of love, shining healing for the benefit of all. I choose of my own free will through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my being to release any memory, vow, belief system, or statements ever been said by me or directed at me, which is based in fear of being seen, heard, or acknowledged. I now choose to accept of my own free will and through unconditional divine grace to enter into the reality of it being safe for me to be seen. I choose to share my light and love openly with the world. Through divine grace and unconditional love, so be it. May divine love reveal the true nature of all beings to the world, the inner nature of love, so that every being can experience being seen and received completely in love. According to divine compassion, so be it. It is safe for me to be seen. I shine my light fearless, bright, and true. In this energy of focused intention, of speaking your truth, of creating content, of being who you really are, there are going to be fearful people who mean well, but they are the ones that are actually scared. So for me, in my experience, the most people that have attacked or have misunderstood my message have been people who believe in the Bible teachings, or who are religious in some way, and they become really frightened inside of themselves about what's going to happen when they die. So they are fearful of anybody else who is not afraid of what happens when they die. Now, when I was a Christian, when I was younger, and I would be talking to people, I would be witnessing to people, I would stand up in church, I sang in the Methodist church choir, I played the accordion and stood up there singing, I'm like, I was into it. And then I found the gospel churches, and we had a lot more fun in the Christian rock band and all that sort of stuff, where it was full on like, hallelujah, praise God, like here we are. And I felt joy when there was singing and there was praise, okay? And everyone was happy, and you could feel the joy in that room, right? You could feel Jesus there. Like, I'm telling you, it was fun, okay? But then would come this thing where all of that would be ruined by people's negative attitudes after they left the church, or people having fights with their wives and kids in the car parks, like camps that were, dirty old men in the camps and stuff, and, people being abused and nobody cared. And there was just all of this stuff that happened that was really quite negative. And I remember when I was a Christian full on like that I was terrified of what happened when I died. Like, I was just absolutely consumed with dying and going to hell. Like it was every day of my life was a fearful thing. And I would say to my dad, I'm so afraid of dying, like what's going to happen. And my dad would be, and so you should fear God. I'd just be like, it started to bother me a lot more. After I left the United States when I was a teenager and went back to Australia, and everything changed for me in the point of I no longer felt like I needed church or religion. And I actually had some kind of epiphany within myself where I believed in God's love rather than fearing God. So I believed that there was unconditional love and support for everyone as a soul, for everyone on their journey as a soul. And that a loving God, an understanding God, if you want to call it God, would never say, you haven't done this in 1989, so you can't come here. Because that is something that people began to control other people with through fear. I didn't believe that it was actually God that was fearful, but instead the messages that were generated were fearful to keep people coming back to them. I don't care what anyone believes, and God bless all of you for your belief systems, your religion, or whatever. Okay, if it makes you happy, and if you don't live a life of being afraid, if you live every single day in the joy and glory of connection with God and Jesus and whatever you believe in, more power to you. Okay? But if you're afraid of what happens when you die and that's why you believe, there's got to be a deeper issue that you're looking at. Because people are the judges. Angels, God, and everybody do not judge. Otherwise, when Jesus saw a leper, he wouldn't have gone anywhere near the leper. When Jesus saw a harlot, as they said in the Bible, he's not going to go anywhere near a harlot. That's a harlot. You see what I'm saying? There's all this double standard. We don't need doctrines. We need experiences within ourselves. You know, and people quoting the Bible at me, it's not going to win me over. Okay? If you want to do a Bible channel, go for it. Okay? But trying to convince me of the Bible, I've already been there, done that. Okay? And all it brought me was pain, desperation, and sadness. When church was over and all the singing was done, nothing maintained itself. You know, and I'm not saying that every family, you know, isn't just beautiful and joyous all the time and supportive. But sadly, in many cases, that's not the case. You know, how many things have been done in the name of God that are evil? And anyone that attacks you randomly, for example, you know, people try to quote scripture or something to me in comments on TikTok especially, that I'm doing the devil's work and all this craziness. And I would say to them, only the devil attacks the light. Goodbye. Okay, so, you know, I think that there's a lot of confusion. I'm allowed to love Jesus in my way. You're allowed to love him in your way. We're allowed to see God as source or great spirit or Allah or whatever we want to call God. We do it in our own way. That is called freedom, okay, to believe, right? Freedom to believe. If I am not afraid of my path and I'm not afraid of what happens when I transition, not just because of what I believe to be true, but because what I've seen to be true, and working with multiple people, hundreds of people, maybe thousands of people across the globe doing past life regression therapy and each one of them having their experience of dying and what happens after death, there is astounding similarities in all stories, that you are greeted with love. That's what you're greeted with. Do you have a choice what you do at the end of your life? Absolutely. Many people don't choose to go into the light right away. They want to integrate what the hell's just happened to them, especially if it's been a shocking accident of some kind. You know, like suddenly you've passed away and you're like, oh, you know, I've seen this happen in past life, regressions where suddenly they've passed away and everything goes black. Everybody sees themselves above their physical body. A lot of people, you know, not everyone says, oh, there's a tunnel of light. But everyone says, I am greeted with, I can just feel it all the way around me. Absolute unconditional love. Oh, and they cry, you know, they're relieved. They want to go there a lot of the times when they've experienced this. I've never, ever, ever had anyone say, I'm in the pits of hell right now. I'm burning alive right now. This is not good. It's just not there. You can believe it's there, I would imagine, and create that for yourself in some way, punishments. But at the same time, the doorways, the Archangel Michael, the light is always available to anyone. Doesn't even matter how heinous a crime you've done. Because everything here on earth is here as experience. And we judge ourselves. Spirit knows, or God knows, or Source knows, or whatever you want to call it, knows the life of a soul on the earth is a training ground of education. You are not judged on mistakes that you do or the life that you live because you judge yourself enough. But what you need to do as a soul is have an understanding of your blueprint and why things are happening the way that they are happening. What did you ask to experience in this life? What did you ask to conquer in this life? For me, it was 30-something years of abuse, right? So that's what I had to conquer in this life, and karmic debt, or whatever you want to call it, to whatever person has done what, or whatever I've done to whoever or whatever. And then when you decide, or you start to begin to see that it's not a punishment that you're receiving from God, it's a directive that you gave yourself in your life blueprint for a reason. For a reason. Whether it was that in a past life you needed to conquer something then and you didn't. Now you're doing it now. And believe me, the more abuse that you've had in your life, the more of a mission that you have to help others who've been abused. Because why would you listen to someone who's never experienced abuse of any kind? And generally, people who haven't experienced abuse of any kind really don't care about what happens to the next person anyway. But someone who has and has gotten to the other side of it, their mission is totally about you. Okay? Totally like, I can do this. Look, let me show you. That's how passionate I get. You know, like, I just want you to see it. I just want you to get past yourself and to stop doubting yourself and to stop wondering about this and this and this, and instead embrace your truth. Say what you want to have happen. My life is easy. I don't have any more experiences that are negative unless they are there to help me on my path. I am a teacher. I am a psychic. I am a medium. I am a channel. I am a universal channel for the divine. Money loves me. I'm abundant. Everything starts happening for me because I believe in myself. You see how that sounds different than, well, I can't do that yet because I'm still too afraid of what my family's going to say if I start being spiritual. Okay? I'm still too afraid of that. Well, I can't move right now from this, psycho life that I've got with the psycho person that I live with. I can't move right now because I don't have any money. You've just declared that you don't have any money and you can't do it. You've just made that your reality. I can't be spiritual because I'm just not ready because of what other people might say or my family or whatever. They're going to hate it. You've just declared that as your life energy now. It is that simple. It doesn't mean when you say, I hereby declare as a sovereign being of light that I am an instrument of light and truth, and that I am a psychic medium. I have all of my abilities intact. It doesn't mean that straight away thousands of people flood to your side. It doesn't mean that. It means that you're declaring personally to activate that part of your blueprints that lives a life in light and rids themselves of pain and rids themselves of issues, of doubts, of fears, of anxieties. You're declaring that that no longer is you, that you are now this title. And guess what happens? That shuts off and you go in this other tangent because your blueprint has lined up quite a few different options for you, right? There's quite a few different options for you. So you declare what option you're choosing. You move down it. That's why you have to be at my Destiny Code next Thursday. It's free. Another freebie for the world. Because I know how powerful each one of you are. And you don't even know what lies inside of you yet. Some of you do. Some of you have activated it. Awesome. Some of you are light leaders. You totally get what I'm saying. But some of you are on the fence. Don't do that to yourself, and don't let these people that have naysayed you or abused you or laughed at you or joked about your woo-woo stuff, or how you can, when you say you can heal something, they're like, oh, okay. Oh, just shut up. I'm going to take this tablet. That's what's going to work. Science. Okay? Energy is science as well. Energy is what works. And anyone that discovered the power of energy was quickly shut down. Okay? So it's not going to happen to me because I will continue to push forward. I don't give up. In fact, the more someone tells me I can't do something, the more determined I am to prove them wrong. So it's stubborn, I know, but I don't care. It brings me a lot of confidence. And that was something that I never had. Sadly, never in a million years would I believe that I would be on a video, because I would have been too self-conscious about my looks or my voice. Am I going to stutter? Like, no, don't put that camera on me. I'd be that person at a party that would hide their whole face. I would run away when the camera would come out, because some people were just so good at taking pictures. That wasn't me. Okay. I didn't do that. I'm not a poser at all. So to be here doing this, it's because there is this stirring inside of me that will not stop. So I actually have a day off today. And instead of sitting and having a day off and watching movies or something, or, whatever, I'm like, no, I just can't sit there. I've got to do this. I feel like there's a message. And my husband's like, okay, I'm like, look, I'm sorry, but I have to go and do this message. I said, I don't even know what it is yet. He said, but you will when you start talking. I'm like, exactly. Years ago, I would have had to plan everything out. Everything, right? And probably go over it a few times. And I told myself when I started doing videos, I said, you're going to be your own worst critic. So you're going to have to just press play, like record, sorry, leave it exactly how it is and put it up and forget about it and go to the next video. So yeah, you know, I haven't got a fancy studio. I haven't got fancy equipment in these videos. I am getting it. I'm going to have it. It's already manifested, okay? And I don't feel like that's what you need. I feel like you just need yourself, you know, and maybe it's lost me people, I don't know, who expected some prim and proper person. That's not me. I'm just me. And I feel that there is this energy inside where I want all of you to understand you and push yourself forward, regardless of the criticism of all of the jerks in the world that can't do anything themselves other than pick on people that do. And it's because they're projecting their own unworthiness issues upon you and hoping that you'll recognize that unworthiness and say, okay, yeah, I better not do it. I'm just going to make a fool of myself. You know, there are things that I'm going to be doing here that's out of my comfort zone as well, just to prove a point. And also because I've really, really been practicing and I enjoy it as well, is that you're going to see me singing some songs and my husband and I having jams and things like that together. And I'm just going to sing, you know, make these, you know, when I'm all warmed up, whatever, do these videos like this. And that's out of my comfort zone because although I know I can sing, okay, it's not everybody's cup of tea, right, as well. And part of me has been hesitant to do this because of the ridicule of others. Now that I don't really care about the ridicule of others because you know you're going to get it no matter what you do, then this is something that I'm going to be working on. And it's just an extra project. I play my bass guitar. I've always done that for myself and also to prove a point to my kids who are all drummers. And my husband is a drummer as well. My middle son is a guitarist, but they're all like, well, we all play the drums, so you can play the bass. Oh, thanks. Again, I became good at it because I kept pushing at it. You know, you don't just become great at something by not practicing it. Practice really does make purpose. Practice makes perfect, right? And then we still tweak things. We still don't stop learning, right? So the playing my guitar, I've put a few little videos. They're just crappy videos of practice, but we're going to do some more well-polished sort of video stuff. I have so many ideas for that sort of thing. And maybe we'll do a live at some point and we're filming a jam. And if you'd like that, you know, let me know. Just different things that are interesting that we love doing as well. And that's out of our comfort zone. So it's not a spiritual thing, for example. It is in a sense, but it's just more of the other side of myself that I never let go of. And that's my love of heavy metal, rock music, you know, jamming out, having a lot of fun and, you know, making your own fun. I don't even need alcohol to do it. A lot of people do. I don't. I can do it now. But I've been practicing on this. And it is putting yourself out there. But it's also very fun. And those are things that you're going to see more of as we go along. At the same time, I'd really like you to be a part of this completely supportive group at the Light Leaders Academy. Now, I don't just have semester 1 and semester 2 of the Light Leaders Academy. There are other smaller courses that you can take at any time that are already done. Like I think it's between about $50 and maybe $70 around that area, you can get yourself a practice, learn a practice, get the PDFs, get all the information, and and start helping other people with it. I don't know what else to do for humanity. I just keep on giving these things that are easy tools, but people will go ahead and spend thousands of dollars somewhere else, which I don't understand, you know. I think someone explained it to me one time, and they said that, Becky, you're giving such reasonably priced things. People actually don't value it. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they said, well, they put value in things that they buy. So, for example, if you bought an expensive stereo system, like Bose or something like that, I don't know, whatever you want, whatever you consider to be the ultimate stereo system, well, it costs, $6,000-$7,000 for this one little thing, right? When you get it, you value it because you spent a lot of money on it, right? That's the way it actually works in life for some reason. My way of thinking was that when you made something affordable, then people would go, okay, I can do that because it's affordable. But the other side of the thing is that people don't appreciate it because they didn't pay much for it. So I'm just like this. I'm like, well, what do you do? We're in a recession kind of a thing right now in this mundane reality. Not everybody can afford things. I try to balance it all out. It doesn't seem to work that way, So you let me know. Like, I'm trying to keep things reasonable for you. What do you think about that? Would you hold more value if it cost $10,000 to be in the Light Leaders Academy? Because I personally couldn't charge that, even though what you have in semester 1 for the price that it should be probably 3 times that amount, at least. There's like 40 something hours of work there and 6 hours of other stuff and big PDFs and books that I give you as well. So there's a lot in it. But yeah, is that the way things work? Do we only appreciate something that we spend a lot of money on? Is that what value is? Anyway, I just wanted to come on and be face-to-face kind of thing today. I will probably make another sort of presentation about semester 2 as it comes up. I hope that you enjoyed this message today. This has helped you somehow. I really want to help you to get off your feet. If you need, mentoring with business or setting up your website and stuff like that, I can help you through that also. It'll be a mentoring type of thing. I'll help you get started with your business because there's nothing I don't know about setting up websites. And that's something that I've just had to learn the hard way as well after all these years. But I can help you with that too. I may even come up with some kind of program to help people to get their business started. Not sure yet, but don't listen to all of this nonsense that's around. Really start to follow your heart. Break free from the bonds, break free from other people's viewpoints and just do you. Okay, that's going to be the most successful thing that you do in your life, is to be unique to yourself. If anyone would like also at some point to do some kind of interview type of thing or a back and forth conversation, I know some of the light leaders have got more to say, but maybe you've got a topic and you would like to, do this as well. We will work something like that out as also, so let me know. Till the meantime, I do have a reading special on at the moment. It's like a quarter of the price. So go to my website, BDevineOnline.com. That is where you're going to find all the things that I have available right now. And also Rock and Gems for our crystal store. Okay, I can make things for you like these pendants and earrings and even rings and things as well. So as well as what you can see there, if you don't see something there that you would like, message me and I either have it or I'm going to get it for you. Okay. So stay strong, All right. Be true to yourself. Forget all this nonsense. And don't listen to the naysayers. It's time to unite and move forward in our own truth. Okay. Know that help is always available for you. And let me know what you think. All right. Sending many blessings. Lots of love. Bye for now, everyone.